Imagine waking up in one of the richest cities on Earth and still feeling like you are falling behind every single month. That is reality for millions of Londoners now. With rents soaring, crowded commutes, rising costs, and wages barely budging, the city no longer adds up for everyday people. London used to symbolize opportunity, but for most it feels tailored only to the very rich. On paper, London looks glamorous, filled with huge financial deals, luxury hotspots, and wealthy residents everywhere. Tourists may see a city of endless success, with private jets landing and designer boutiques on every block. But just a few streets away, poverty rises sharply. Many Londoners rely on food banks, share tiny flats, and see little money left after rent and bills. Being surrounded by wealth does not guarantee financial safety. For renters, nearly half their income disappears on rent alone. That leaves little for food, transport, or future plans, making home ownership a distant dream. With housing eating up income, more people are now thinking seriously about leaving the city. London's housing issues started decades ago after waves of post-war public construction. Council housing helped working families and kept prices lower, offering a safety net for those who needed it. Over time, policies favored selling these homes at discounts, letting some build wealth but shrinking the pool of affordable housing. As the population kept rising, the number of social homes kept dropping. Strict planning rules and the protected green belt around London limit new building. The idea was to keep the countryside clean and stop sprawl, but it now means there's not enough land for homes. Year after year, London builds far fewer houses than needed. This causes a structural shortage and pushes prices out of reach. Homes in London are not just places to live, they're financial investments for buyers worldwide. Apartments often sit empty most of the year, bought more as assets than as homes. Many sales go to buyers who never plan to live there, treating property as a high-end savings account. So rising bids at the top drive up prices for everyone else. When housing becomes a financial tool, local families pay the price. Flats that could house families turn into investment portfolios, while luxury properties set inflated comparisons for the whole market. Analysts say prices would be lower without so much investor demand. Now, empty buildings stand beside crowded apartments and growing waiting lists for social housing. It's not just homes. Many vital services face their own financial pressure. Providers must keep shareholders happy, often delaying upgrades to old pipes or train lines. Maintenance for water, sewers, and transport gets put off, creating emergencies that cost far more than regular upkeep. These failures translate into higher bills and sudden service disruptions. Ordinary families pay more for basics like water, heating, and commuting. Energy bills have risen quickly, especially in older, drafty housing that wastes heat. Even careful savers see costs outpacing wages. For many, every extra pound earned disappears into another invoice. London's transport network is impressive, but using it costs a lot. Big chunks of people's incomes go toward travel passes or daily charges for older cars. Environmental and health benefits are important, but these policies often hit workers who can't afford new vehicles or central homes. Long commutes from distant, cheaper areas add unpaid hours to their days. Despite London's promise, wages haven't kept up with expenses. After inflation, most people earn little more or even less than years ago, with costs relentlessly rising. The London premium salary gets swallowed entirely by essentials. Higher pay on paper doesn't mean a better life when rent and bills absorb everything. The human consequences are everywhere. People delay families or give up on buying homes. Young adults stay with parents or share crowded rooms into their 30s. Those considered middle class now count every penny, while stress, isolation, and anxiety grow along with longer commutes and changing neighborhoods. Visible inequality wears people down. Luxury towers rise while vital public services struggle. Trust in the system erodes and people become less willing to play by the rules. Higher crime, weaker police, and packed courts deepen the sense of crisis. But London isn't all gloom. Still one of the most productive cities in the world, with world-class universities, entrepreneurs, and a vibrant cultural mix. Its strengths survive, but without real changes, the gaps will only grow. Whether leaders address root problems or just manage symptoms will shape the city's future. Real solutions revolve around more affordable housing and better access. Building more homes of all types, using public, private, and community efforts, would reduce rent pressures and boost stability. Smarter use of brownfield land and revisiting restrictive rules can open space for new neighborhoods, while taxes on empty properties encourage owners to sell or rent out homes. The answers require investment, planning, and a willingness to act. Upgrading water, transport, and other infrastructure steadily, not just when a crisis hits, would restore trust in basic services. A fairer tax approach could reduce the sense that average workers pay too much while getting too little. No fix is instant or easy, but without action, London may stay a city for the wealthy alone. The divide between glittering showcase and livable city will keep growing unless something changes. Today, many Londoners are stuck choosing between two difficult paths. They can pay higher and higher costs to keep their community, or leave behind jobs and friends to chase a more sustainable life. Living in London doesn't always mean survival is impossible. It means the trade-offs to stay just aren't worth it for more and more people.